Okay, we're going to go into detail on what I think is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And I hear it constantly over and over. Small business space, even in big business space, individual investing, just investing for yourself and stocks and things like that. And I hear this shit all the time and it drives me batshit crazy. It just like I just want to just blow up the house wherever I am or blow up the restaurant and kill everybody because I feel like everybody, because I hear that phrase, I feel like I'm now dumber from hearing that phrase. And I'm a lover of spending money. I like to do it. But one thing I hate doing is wasting money. And when I hear the phrase, yeah, it's a write off or it's a tax deduction, all that sort of shit, that's great if it's a valid expense. But most of the time, it's not a valid expense. Okay. So if it's not a valid expense, but yeah, it's a write off, you spend $1, you save 30 cents on your taxes. So net, you lost 70 cents. How is that ever a good deal? And sometimes it's not a good deal, even if you need what you're buying, right? Can you delay it for 3 months or 6 months or 9 months? Right? Don't do it because it's year end, right? So for example, I'll use a year end. I made $500,000 and I have 10 trucks and I don't want to pay taxes. So I'm just going to buy another truck for 100 grand at the end of the year. I don't need the truck, but I'm going to spend $100,000 of cash. I'm going to save $30,000 in taxes, but I'm going to lose 70 grand for an asset I don't need. And good God, it's a depreciating asset on top of it. So I bought it for 100 grand. 3 months later, it's worth 80. So in essence, I just lost 50 grand. And I didn't need the truck. It didn't produce me any revenue. So why in God's green earth would anybody ever do that? And what's funny is I feel like there's a lot of people listening to this and a lot of people in the small business world that do this shit because they like to say shit like, oh my God, I just bought a truck at year end to reduce my taxes. And you sound like you're smart or you think that you're smart, but you're the exact opposite of smart because you're an absolute idiot, right? I could talk for hours on this. Never, ever should you spend money just to save taxes. I take that back 99% of the time. There's some crazy oil and gas shit you can get into where you would invest $100,000 and you save $300,000 on your taxes because of depletion rules, right? So, and I don't even know if those are valid anymore. So if they're not, then I take that back. So never ever do that. Don't do things because it makes you feel cool or it makes you feel that you are the smartest person in the room because you're not. I promise you, there's always somebody smarter than you. And someone's going to call you on it one day and it's going to make you look like an idiot in front of your friends and your family. Right? God forbid I'm in that room. Make sure you look around. Make sure you make sure I'm not in there before you start talking cuz I'll call bullshit on your stuff. Right? Tax deductions are for things that you need, not buying something because you want a tax deduction for something that you don't need. Right? So instead of buying that truck, take that $100,000, buy a piece of real estate, take that $100,000, buy another business, take that $100,000 and invest in a Series A or private placement startup company that'll make you $400,000 or $500,000. So let's see. I'm going to save 30,000, wasted 70, or I can invest 100 and make 500 grand. Which way do you think is the best way to become wealthy? So I think we all understand now. We don't want to ever hear the phrase, yeah, but it's a tax write off, or yeah, but it's the tax deduction. Don't ever say that.